So let's break down the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, shall we? First up, we got Mark Zuckerberg, who's, let's be honest, is no stranger to the congressional hot seat. This time, he's facing accusations of having blood in his hands. Ouch.
Mr. Zuckerberg, let me start with you. Did I hear you say in your opening statement that there's no link between mental health and social media use?
Senator, what I said is I think it's important to look at the science. I know people widely talk about this as if that is something that's already been proven. And I think that the bulk of the scientific evidence does not support that.
Well, really, let me just remind you of some of the science from your own company. Instagram studied the effect of your platform on teenagers. From your own study, quote, "We make body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teen girls." Here's another quote. "Teens blamed Instagram," this is your study, "for increases in the rate of anxiety and depression."
Senator, we try to understand the feedback and how people feel about the services. We can improve.
Wait a minute, your own study says that you make life worse for 1 in 3 teenage girls. You increase
Senator,
anxiety and depression. For years, you've been coming in public and testifying under oath that there's absolutely no link.
That's not true.
Let me show you some other facts I know that you're familiar with. Do you know who's sitting behind you? You've got families from across the nation whose children are either severely harmed or gone. And you don't think it's appropriate to talk about steps that you took? Let me ask you this. Have you compensated any of the victims?
Sorry?
Have you compensated any of the victims? These girls, have you compensated them?
I don't believe so.
Why not? Don't you think they deserve some compensation for what your platform has done? Help with counseling services, help with dealing with the issues that your services cause? Let me ask you this. There's families of victims here today. Have you apologized to the victims? Would you like to do so now?
Well,
they're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures.
I'm sorry for everything that you have all gone through. It's terrible. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invest so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
Senator, I view my job and the job of our company as building the best tools that we can to keep our community safe.
Well, you're failing at that.
Well, Senator, we're doing an industry-leading effort. We build AI tools
nonsense. Your product is killing people. Will you personally commit to compensating the victims? You're a billionaire. Will you commit to compensating the victims? Yes or no?
Senator, I don't think that's my job is to
Sounds like a no.
I mean, Zuckerberg probably thought it was just another Tuesday until Lindsey Graham turned it into an episode of CSI Capitol Hill. Then there's Linda from X, formerly known as Twitter, nodding along to the Stop CSAM Act like, yes, let's do something about this. Probably wishing she could tweet about it. Now we have Evan from Snap. Shows up with all the stats like he's ready for a math test. Only to find out it's a pop quiz on ethics and child safety. Surprise! Over in the TikTok corner, we have Chu getting the 3rd degree about his ties to the Chinese Communist Party.
Mr. Chu, you are owned by a Chinese communist company or a company based in China. According to leaked audio from more than 80 internal TikTok meetings, China-based employees of your company have repeatedly accessed non-public data of United States citizens. Why should you not be banned in the United States of America?
Senator, I disagree with your characterization. Many of what you have said, we have explained in a lot of detail.
Why should you not be banned in this country?
Senator, that is not accurate. A lot of what you describe we collect, we don't.
It is 100% accurate. Do you deny that repeatedly Americans' data has been accessed by ByteDance employees in China?
We built a project that cost us billions of dollars to stop that, and we have made a lot of progress.
And it hasn't been stopped. According to the Wall Street Journal report from just yesterday, even now, ByteDance workers, without going through official channels, have access to the private information of American citizens. I'm quoting from the article, private information of American citizens, including their birth date, their IP address, and more. That's now.
Senator, as we know, the media doesn't always get it right. What we have.
But the Chinese Communist Party does?
I'm not saying that.
But it's not protected. That's the problem, Mr. Chu. It's not protected at all.
I bet he was longing for the days when the biggest concern was teens doing dance challenges. And let's not forget Jason of Discord, who's probably thinking, can I go back to managing online gamers now? If you thought your family dinner debates were intense, imagine being at that hearing table. In the end, despite the tensions and apologies extracted from Zuckerberg, the hearing's real star was bipartisanship. Both parties united in their concern for children's safety online showed us that sometimes, even in the chaos of politics, common ground can be found. Especially when it comes down to protecting the kiddos from the wild, wild west of the internet. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. Good people, goodbye.